Are we live? Are we live? You know what that means? What do we have to do when we're live? What do we have to do?
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time.
Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where you at? It's live chat time. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Terrence, I can picture you in my head right now. No, with your moves. With your moves, Terrence. With your moves. I'm picturing it in my head right now with your moves. Heavy duties here? Oh, y'all are ready to chat. Y'all are ready to chat because y'all know I'm be chatting some DC tonight. I did it. So I was on Tessa's chat earlier today, and is my boy Evans here? Because my boy Evans shows up. And he's been trying to get me into this Injustice comic series, right? He's been trying to get me in this Justice. So he shows up and we talking, and he was all, have you checked out Injustice yet? I was like, no, I know, I need to. So I was just at the comic book store today, picking up some stuff. They had some stuff on hold for me. And I got one of the new Guardians because tomorrow we're doing the dual chat on Tessa. Stop! Evans, I'm talking about you. But tomorrow we're doing the dual chat over on Tessa's channel. And she wanted to chat about the new, they had, I guess it was last week, a new Guardians Volume 1 came out. So I picked that up. And then I had something else on hold I picked up. But then I looked over and now I didn't listen. I can only get what they had there. I looked over and I was like, oh, Injustice. Like I looked over the old comics that they had over there in the thing, right? Looked over there and I saw this Injustice, but Injustice Ground Zero. Now, they didn't even have issue 1. I had them calling around, so I didn't even get to read issue 1. What do you mean? Look at me getting into the DC world. Heavy duty, I love me some DC. What are you talking about? Do you even know someone was like, when me and Tess were together, someone was like, oh, it's the Marvel girl versus the DC girl. And I was like, well, I loved some DC, but I didn't know I was the DC girl because I'm all loving Marvel. But if I had to choose like some of my favorite, Spider-Man, that's why it's Marvel, Spider-Man. Spider-Man got me every time. I'm going to love Marvel because Spider-Man is my favorite. But then all the other, every villain, and I love me a villain. So that's why I was like, and that's why y'all talked me into some Injustice. Because I was like, y'all know I love me some villains. Y'all know I love me some villains. So I was like, this Injustice, yes. Yes. Wait, where am I at? Hey, Joshua. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you. Terrence, you already coming here, star stuff. He said she's not Tessa. Terrence. CW. Oh my God. Like, there's no question, Terrence, about what universe has the better villains. Like, there is no question. Like, I even think the hardest core Marvel fan in the world, Tessa, even if it's Tessa, like you ask her who has the best villains, 100% it's gonna be DC is the answer. DC, like, and that's why I was like, oh, totally Justice League or Injustice League for villains in the DC world. I had to get into this. I had to. Y'all talked me into it. Y'all did. Now I said the bias, defend my Tessa's bias to the death. Have you heard of Dark Justice League? I have no. I'm just hearing about Injustice. Thank you, CW. Now listen, Evans, this is the thing. Though this Injustice League that they had, so Injustice League Ground Zero, and this is from 2017, they didn't have the first issue. So I didn't even I picked up the second and the third, and I already read the second, but I was like, they didn't have the first issue. So you know what I did? I was like, well, I want to see what the first issue was about before I read like the second. Have y'all ever been to this guy's YouTube channel? Uncaged Games. Like Uncaged and then Games with a Z. He's cool because he does it with a Z. Has anybody ever went over there? Now, I don't know if I didn't check out all his stuff, but he did a whole Injustice Ground Zero Volume 1, like just watch. I can bring it up on here. I'll put the volume up. Look, can I put it sideways? Yeah, okay. He reads it, and it's not him doing it. He has like actors or something reading the comic. Am I late to, did y'all know about this? Am I late to this? Is this something you already know? He gets like voice actors, maybe they're not actors, but they read the comics and then he shows the pictures of this whole comic. So whole volume 1, he was having on here reading it. Look at that.
You ever heard the joke about the guy and the girl who started a jillion wars and turned Superman into a monster? I don't have a punchline. I guess I'm the punchline. Can you guess who? Come on, try.
No.
Fine, we'll skip the fun and games. I can see you want to get to the blood and guts.
Y'all, is that not that?
So there once was a boy.
First of all, this is just someone reading the comic on that guy's channel? Like that if I could guess my like Harley Quinn up in my, doesn't that, even though he got the girl talking? How come I don't know about these comics? Because I'm not, look, this last year is when I really started getting to YouTube, and I haven't been following that many YouTube channels. Like I haven't. I have this one, but I'll follow like the movie trailer ones and stuff like that. But I did not know this was out there. Why didn't nobody tell me about this? Why didn't nobody tell me about this, Terrence? I did not know that kind of stuff was out there. All right, so what am I missing? DC is the best villains. The Dragon Ball. Oh, geez. Joshua's going on. Joshua with your Dragon Ball stuff. Joshua with your Dragon Ball. He wants to debate that Dragon Ball Z has the best villains over DC. Well, and don't even say Broly. I don't even want to hear a Broly. Where's Joshua? Joshua's gone crazy with this Dragon Ball. Joshua. We're gonna find Joshua. We're gonna have to find Joshua. We need to find you a hardcore Dragon Ball Z friend. Maybe look, we can maybe get you. What if they had as hardcore out there girl that loved Dragon Ball as much as you? Would that be a match made in Dragon Ball heaven right there, Joshua? I'm just saying, because it's all about some Broly's and Dragon Ball Z with him. We're talking grown-up stuff here. Is that bad? Is that mean? Joshua, I don't be mean to you. But we're talking grown-up stuff. This is grown-up stuff. This ain't no little silly Dragon Ball stuff. This is grown-up comics, DC and Marvel. Joshua, I'm just playing with you. Don't get you mad. I ain't gonna be mad. I gotta mess with you, Joshua. Because you don't stop messing with me about Broly. You don't stop messing with me. I'm getting you back. Yeah, I'm getting you back. What I miss? Terrence, you have seen Dark Justice League anime movie. Absolutely. Oh, the trailer for the Justice League. Oh, they're going on about some of that. All right. So only DC films that are Shazam, Green Lantern, that Western guy, blah, blah, blah. I follow too many YouTube channels. Look, that's why I gotta, because I just got into YouTube and I'm already following all these people. And I'm like, this will take up my time. The Injustice comics are, so, all right. So long story short, I only got to read, I watched that little thing on that comic book of the first one. Then I got Harley's, that voice stuck in my head, because the first one was all about apparently Who else read this? Did y'all read this? The first one issue, she was talking about pretty much like like leading up to where she's at now, right? Like she talked about her and Joker, the love, and they killed Lois Lane when she was pregnant. And then the Superman got mad and he punched Joker in like the chest. Like he punched he punched him through the chest. And so she lost her pudding. And she had to go first. She went over here, and then she went with Batman. So it's all like she's like, I'm trying to find friends, and it was all in her voice. So it was all in Harley Quinn's point of view. That first one, I was like, and that was just watching that, so I got to hear. It was stuck in my head the whole issue, all Harley Quinn. But I was like, I'm down for that. I love me some Harley. So I watched that, and then I read the second one, and it was still her point of view. Like it ended over there where like she she was like, forget this. Like she's going back between Superman and Batman and whatever. What it was their thing? Like they had like what was Batman's, what was it? The legacy or the I can't think of it, but he had something because he was fighting against he was fighting against look, heavy duty. That's one thing I learned. Even when they die, they're not dead. Never. They're never dead in the comics. Heavy duty. You got to know this. They're never dead. Right? Where am I at? Joshua match made in the world. In other words, Dragon Ball heaven. Dragon Ball is great, but DC Comics and Marvel has the best villains. The true Perry knows who has the best villains. Oh, I didn't get to. Oh, you didn't read Ground Zero. Because of that, you didn't want to read it. That's why I did want to read it. You know, that's why I wanted to read it. I was like, my girl, Harley. So the first one was like all her point, like, I don't know, will the whole series be in her point of view? I just knew I picked up the second one and I was like, oh, it was hard. I saw Harley and it picks up like she has her own little clan. And you know, all the good Batman and Superman, they all fighting each other, right? Oh, love you too, CW. Terrence, remember Joker punched him through the chest. But yeah, it picks up and she has her own little clan, like she's going out. And I love like what just the monologue, like in the boxes, this is just Harley having her own little conversations up in her head, like, we're here, There are thousands of stories. Some are connected, some are not. Yeah, they die in certain stories, but that they don't die forever. They never die. Mr. J, where's Mr. J? Perry Stark, Marvel villain. That Mr. J, I agree. Like, I mean, I could right off the top of my head start naming DC villains, and I'm like, Penguin, Joker. Harley, like I could just keep naming them. The Catwoman, like all DC villains. If you say name me like your top favorite like Marvel, I'm gonna have to be like Loki. But is he really a villain? Was he be like a villain? If you say Loki's a villain, then Loki would probably be but I'm still having to think, and then you still even question it. You're like, even is Loki considered a villain? I get he is kinda, right? He's a villain. But still, I'm here to think about it. All right, Thanos. All right, everybody. Thanos. All right, Thanos. Thanos is a great Marvel villain. But he's just boring to me. Like he doesn't even have he doesn't have a personality. That's what I'm saying. Loki's a villain, but then he's also that's kind of the best villains when they're kind of like that. So Loki, yeah, I would say my favorite is Loki, but still, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to pick top 5. So I'm like, all right, Loki, Thanos, I like that Hela girl. What's her name? Hela, Thor's sister. I like her. Right? She's a cool villain. Still, you can't name them like you can a DC villain. All right, so yeah, like Harley has her little clan in here. And this was I was saying, I love just the monologue she has just in her head. That's how crazy she is. That's why Evans, you got me on these, because I'm like, these Injustice Leagues, not even what's going down in them, but just getting in the crazy mind of the villains. It's awesome. And she's all, so they were fighting, I guess her and her little clan came back and had some drinks. Derby Dragon! You can always tell when you speak with a Marvel dick roll. You got me saying bad words, Terrence. You got me saying bad words. They never acknowledge the flaws of Marvel. I'm a huge Marvel fan, but they have flaws. Well, yeah. Everyone knows these. Most humans act like they love Marvel because the MCU film before their films came out. Harley's awesome. Now I'm gonna say Catwoman was always my favorite villain. My favorite female villain in DC world. Favorite female villain everywhere. Very over all the universe. Probably Catwoman has always been like my favorite, but I'm saying like Harley Quinn's like a close second. Like maybe even like right there. Sometimes like this. Sometimes like this. I love her. I love her just crazy mind. I just love her crazy mind. Yes, comics. We're reading Injustice League. So first of all, Injustice League. Where's Evans? First of all, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, so all right, all like the bad guys kind of form their own, but all the good guys are like fighting in Injustice League. So all the heroes, like Superman's fighting against Batman. Is that what Injustice League? So I need some backstory. That's what I'm saying. I want some backstory. Is that the backstory? Like Superman's fighting with Batman, so they're having this whole clash like this, right? And then all over here is like the villains were like, well, we gotta pick. Is that what it's like? We gotta choose sides. Is that kind of what it is? Like, which sides are we gonna choose? Or did they just kind of come together? Because right here, because Harley seems to be flying solo, her and her own little clan anyway. And she names them too. What did she name them? She was like, oh, Gary, Larry, Perry, and Terry. She's like, Gary, Larry, Perry, and Terry. I cannot talk like Harley Quinn. I cannot. No, Harley Quinn is not. You think I love Catwoman though? I think though it's because it was like one of the originals. Like I fell in love with the first, even villain. I wouldn't even say female. I wouldn't even say the first villain I thought about. I was Catwoman. And from watching the OG movies with Michelle Pfeiffer, that's what I was like. Oh, so that's why it's kind of one of those things. It's sentimental. Catwoman's like sentimental to me. But if you want to go overall, just like perfect qualities of a villain, the crazy mind of a villain, like Harley beats Catwoman for sure. For sure. Where am I at? All right. There are too many fake fans. He's going on with fake. Knew the Guardian guys were filmed. Got to get out of here with that. Never heard of it, but I'm okay. There are some good Justice League comics. They have similar storylines. Yeah. Grundy best DC villain Terrence. Right now over me. What are y'all singing songs? Black Adam. All right, so Black Adam, for example, he's on Superman's side. So that's what they're like taking sides. But I think Harley like went to both sides, because in that first issue they were talking. Oh, from a fighting standpoint, she was beating some stuff. Because then you go over here and they walk outside, and look who's standing over there. What she was calling the green. What did she call the green? She was like the green. I don't know, but she sees them and she's like, oh, there they are. Having like this. That's what I love about Harley. Like they're like, oh, they're near the clan's like, oh, they're right there. We got to love about some of the. That's what. Where was it? She's talking about pancakes. Yeah. So see, her guys are like, Harley, look. Now I'm gonna tell y'all too. And this one, Harley looked hot. Like, because there's Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman's looking good with her stuff. But I was like, dang, Harley's looking hot. She got her little low-riding pants on. I was like, Harley knows how to dress. But yeah, they're like, so they're gearing up. They're starting to fight. And that's why I said this green pill, like it must be a thing, because this would happen. They were fighting. Here comes, and then everybody. So this is in the Justice League, like civilians were like picketing. Are civilians taking side in this Injustice League like thing? Like, because people were out there picketing. I hate Superman. Guys like against Batman. So people like all around the world, they're like mad, I guess, at them. This is stuff. So what's your number one? Heavy Duty. What is your number one? Did you say Harley Quinn was your now? Girl, right here, right here. A lot of friend of Bruce like Green Lantern, Shazam, yeah, Aquaman or Clark. So a lot of friend of Bruce like Shazam, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman are with Clark. So he's like kind of all alone. They all went to like if I had to pick, I like Batman. Like I like him. I would probably want to hang out with Batman more, like on the everyday life. Because Batman, you can have like kind of chill with. Superman's too uptight. Superman's too uptight. But that strength, I'll be scared. Like I'll be like, I don't want to be on Batman. I don't want to be on Spider or Superman's bad side. Because I seen him punch through Joker's chest, man, and Superman's over there punching through chest. I wouldn't want to be against Superman. That's all I'm saying. So I can feel for him. Solomon Grundy is the best DC villain ever. Who agrees? Terrence, do you back that? Harley Quinn's sexy. Yeah, she is. That's what I'm saying. That girl was dressing. Girl was dressing. Oh yeah, Harley Quinn's your number one. I remembered heavy. I don't have a favorite DC villain. There's too many. Did he just now? Mr. J should have been. I see Mr. J before. Mr. J should have been subscribed. If he's just now doing it, Mr. J, you're a little late to the ball game. Superman is not uptight. Superman is a little uptight. Like you can even tell the way he dresses. Like his hair's all. Superman is a little uptight. Terrence, Superman is the storyline. You can tell the Superman. You can tell like he's organized. He's a little OC. He has to like he's set in his ways. Superman is. He's cool, but he's not one of the best. I might not know. So yeah, then they're fighting. They were fighting Harley and her clansmen, and then he got shot and killed, Gary. So she took the little green pill. She was like, oh no. Took the little green pill, got superpowers, came out fighting everywhere. Boom, boom, boom. And boom. And then look, like they were, and look at this. Look at Harley. Terrence is right. Look at Harley kicking butt. She's doing, and she's looking cute doing it. Where was the one she did this split in the air? I was like, girl. Maybe it's back here. She did the split in the air. Might have been on another. But look. Then look at her. Look how badass she looks. Look at that! Kicking butts and taking reaction to ugly dolls. And I was talking about everybody thinks there's a part of them that they might thought ugly and stuff. And I was talking about my gums. I used to always thought like a smile, and I always thought I had big gums. And someone commented, is like, I've always thought, like, I've been watching you, and one thing I thought was you have cute gums. And I was like, oh. And well, spoiler. Evans, even if you say spoiler, I'm still going to go and read. Did you spoil something for me? Chat disconnected. And I was wondering why comments weren't popping up. YouTube said, like, I can't even load this. Can y'all see my video? Like YouTube, of course, they want to give me problems. They want to always give me, y'all remember that? What if I change it to top? Still not working. Says I'm back online. Oh, no. No. Oh, wait, I see comments over here. I see comments over here. Mr. J, did you guys know that Lucifer TV show? I don't see him in here, but I had to bring up my phone. YouTube has been Lucifer. You would think it's kind of dark. If I had to guess. Susan Bizarre Tremaine. Lucifer is DC Comics. I love that show. I've seen that, but so many shows. And didn't we just talk about this too, Terrence? We always talking about this, how I figured it too because I heard the show was good. Oh, see, Joshua. Over here. My chat's still not working, but I see y'all commenting. And just comment right now, say not frozen or something. I don't know what's going on. All right. Lucifer is more powerful than dark. Yeah, I've been messing up. Like, I know, this is crazy. This is crazy how much is messing up. Like, I might